Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing today on this hump day? This is Life Under Trump, part 137. I would like to welcome you all to my live. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and watching my channel, Queen Lillie. Again, this is Life Under Trump, part 137. We have a lot to cover. As you come in, please hit the like button. You are welcomed and you are valued. Let's be kind in my chat. Kindness goes a long way. You respect me and I will respect you. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. And in my description, there's my Venmo if you would like to send me something today and I can actually get it today. Also, in my description is my PayPal link. You can hit that and send me something as well. And check out the products that come up on the screen. Check them out. Yeah. But I'd like to thank you for coming to my live. I am Queen Lillie. Thank you. Hello, King Alan. How you doing today? Okay, I understand. I hope you're doing well, baby. Yes, hit that like button as you come in. This is Life Under Trump, part 137. Every day is something new. It doesn't surprise me. There's now war happening with Pakistan and in Pakistan, and it's a lot going on. And from what I'm hearing, they're saying that Trump doesn't like that, but I'm not sure on that because he would love to have some land over there. But we got a lot to cover. The tariffs are still going on from Jasmine Crockett, etc. I love Queen Jasmine. She has a lot to say. She's speaking up, and Donald Trump doesn't like that. And he's still trying to label her low IQ. But we all know who is low IQ, the person that does not know anything about the Declaration of Independence. Yeah. Hello, Queen Victorious One. How you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. I want to thank all of my moderators. Thank you so much. I can't do this without you. Because of you, my chat runs smooth. Do not be afraid to do what you need to do, okay? Say what you need to say. We're professional and I trust my moderators. They are the best moderators ever and I love them. Alan, I pray that everything goes well when you go to the doctor. You are in my prayers. I love you so much. Hit that like button as y'all are coming in. This is Life Under Trump, part 137. Let's get this party started. In a moment, I'm going to clean my screen. And oh God, yeah, I forgot to bring water here. So I won't have no water today, huh? But yeah, this is Life Under Trump, part 137. Do y'all care if I run and get my water right quick? Because I do a lot of talking. One moment. I'm going to have to drink it out of the bottle because I didn't pour it in the glass yet. One moment. I'll be right back. Just a moment. I'm back. That didn't take long. I don't know how I forgot to grab my water, but I had a lot going on today. Once I got home, I didn't have much time to get ready for my live. But like I said, this is Life Under Trump, part 137. It's a lot happening from Jasmine Crockett. The Republicans, they're not fond of her because she speak up and she's saying what she feel is needed for the people, meaning us, the citizens. In the Republican Party, it's just all about Trump, and they're afraid of Donald Trump. But while they're being afraid of Donald Trump, they are hurting us, the citizens. The Democrats are trying their best to negotiate some things, but the Republican Party is only going to agree with anything that Donald Trump says, what if it's terrible for the citizens or not. They're going to agree. They're afraid of losing their seats, but what they don't realize by aligning themselves completely with Donald Trump's bills, they're going to lose their seat in a year or so anyway. And what, 2026, when we have to vote for our congressmen and stuff like that, they're going to lose their seats anyway. They are. So I guess they feel like we good, bad if we do it, bad if we don't. I guess they don't know how to feel about it, but it's happening. One moment. Just a moment. How y'all doing today out there in the world? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you are. I'm going to show you a lot of things that are people's different point of views, and that's something that we need. It's okay to get different people's point of views and not feel offended by it because a lot of these people have studied economics, history, etc., um, social studies, etc. So they know what they're talking about. So I'm going to show you a couple things of people's point of view because they actually studied what they're talking about. Okay.
States is the most lawless and dangerous country in the
Hold
world.
on.
The United States is the most lawless and dangerous country in the world by far. You cannot believe how much misinformation we get every single day because I have advised more than 100 governments around the world. I have seen things with my own eyes. I've seen US CIA coups with my own eyes. Governments lie, but superpowers make super lies. And if you're running the largest war machine in the world, you are going to lie all the time. The entire Iraq war was not because they thought there were weapons of mass destruction. Weapons of mass destruction was the outcome of a focus group inside the Pentagon. How are we going to sell this war to the American people? Who made the decision 2 days ago that ATACMS can shoot deep inside Russia? Another brilliant move. We don't even know if the president of the United States is compos mentis right now. We have a deep state that takes these decisions, not a word of explanation to the American people. It's all lies. And I've seen it all through my life because I've been advisors to prime ministers and to presidents and to central bank governors and to some of the wonderful people on this panel. And I've seen a lot. The United States is the most lawless and dangerous country in the world by
I will say, in my opinion, under Donald Trump, it is very lawless. Donald Trump doesn't follow any laws. For example, the judge told him to bring back Garcia. He didn't do it. He is still in El Salvador. One moment. Just a moment.
Don't boo me, a registered Republican. Woo! We're so glad you're here! I became a Republican over 50 years ago and chose that party because I believed in the rule of law, fiscal responsibility, and the love of whistleblowers. When Richard Milhouse Nixon was running for office, my parents went, they shook his hand, they voted for him. And when my folks realized, and the Republican Party realized he was doing criminal activities, they didn't support him. There was resistance to supporting a crook. Yeah, figure. Fast forward to present times. Wow. My party seems to be turning a blind eye to Trump having been convicted of many crimes. Yep. Just to name a few: fake charity, fake university, conviction of sexual abuse, and his instigating January 6th for his own benefit only, and people died. This was no longer a party that supported the rule of law. Fiscal responsibility was lost when Trump was in office the first time, as our national debt skyrocketed, even before COVID. I was at a loss trying to understand why my fellow Republicans would vote for somebody that did such a poor performance in office. Mm-hmm. You have a businessman that went bankrupt 6 times, depriving many people of money owed to them. With his flagrant misuse of tariffs, are we going to become his 7th bankruptcy? Oh, probably. And now I ask my religious Republican friends, what the bejeebies are you thinking? Yeah. Why do they not know that he has not respected the 10 commandments? He may be peddling the Bible, but he doesn't know the Bible. He doesn't read the Bible. Anything for money, that's his true God. And now we've got crappy crypto. I will never vote for Republican again. I am not a rhino. I did not leave the party. The party left me. And I will resist being a part of a cult. I will never be a Trumpian. Thank you for letting me vent.
She stated the truth. Everything she said is true. She's no longer going to be a Republican, and I respect it. But she mentioned tariffs. You know, that's what we're going through right now, and America's suffering because of what? Tariffs. That Donald Trump says that is the most beautiful word, tariffs. Okay, Donnie, watch out now. Watch out now. Eat your words, Donnie boy. Okay?
It has officially happened. I have been personally impacted by the tariffs. I am going on a trip and I wanted to look cute on the trip, so I ordered some clothes. Okay? I thought I was all good.
Tariffs
I placed
affecting
the order
Americans.
at the end of March, before any of the tariff stuff happened. I ordered it from the UK. Not a big deal. Actually, doesn't matter where you order it from. Matters where it's made. So I got hit with this hot little bill from FedEx. $372. Of that $372, most of that is coming from one particular item. I ordered this cute little sweater vest. See this picture here? Made in China. So my $58 sweater vest went to almost $200 because of this.
And it only costs $58. Tariffs $200.
For Chinese goods because it was not made in America, it was made in China. These tariffs don't affect the companies. They're just going to pass the cost on to us. I took economics in college and it's been a while, but tariffs are bad economic policy, and that's a hill I'll die on. Well, I didn't vote for this. Why do I have to find out? Well, it has officially happened. I have been personally impacted by the tariffs. I am going on a trip.
She bought something that was $58, but the tariff was $200. She showed you. And he said that the tariffs would not hurt the American people. But they are. And it is hurting my company because my products are made in China. My company will continue to hurt because of Donald Trump. Anything you order right now, they come from somewhere else, especially China, Canada, Mexico, you're in trouble. Okay, tariffs.
Pays tariffs, Mr. Secretary?
Watch this Republican lie. He's a Republican.
No, answer the questions I asked, please. I only have 5 minutes. Who pays tariffs?
Sorry, well,
Who pays tariffs?
Sorry,
Mr. Secretary, please.
Excuse me.
The question is very simply, who pays tariffs, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
I'd like him to answer that question.
Well,
He wants to answer other questions.
well, Congressman, if the exporters,
This is sad. They so
dislike
afraid of
tariffs
Donald
so
Trump, they
much,
can't tell the truth.
why wouldn't they? If I think what you're trying to get me to say.
Did you remember the question? I'm not sure you did. Who pays tariffs?
It's a very complicated question.
Reclaiming my time. People pay tariffs, right? Reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Reclaiming my time. You clearly aren't going to answer. I'm not going to waste my time having you go, Mr. Secretary, reclaiming, Mr. Chairman, I asked reclaiming my time.
Tariffs.
Mr. Chairman, who pays tariffs, Mr. Secretary?
The Republicans are so, my light went out, y'all. I'm sorry. The Republicans are so afraid of Donald Trump. They are so afraid of him. They are scared to tell the truth. Do I need to play that again for y'all? He could not answer the question because he don't want to tell the truth. If he tells the truth, Donald Trump will come down on him. So, MAGA, you like to be lied to? Did you not see what just happened? Did you not hear the young lady say how much that one garment that was $58, that was a $200 tariff on her garment? That is crazy. Hello, King Chuck. That is crazy. Hold on. I'm going to play it again. Because we got to really get this tariff thing under control. My light went out. I'm going to figure it out in a minute. The light went out. Sorry. I'm going to play it again and let you listen to this young lady. Because I've been showing y'all videos of people testimonies about the tariffs on what they purchased.
It has officially happened. I have been personally impacted by the tariffs. I am going on a trip and I wanted to look cute on the trip, so I ordered some clothes, okay? I thought I was all good. I placed the order at the end of March before any of the tariff stuff happened. I ordered it from the UK, not a big deal. Actually, doesn't matter where you order it from, matters where it's made. So I got hit with this hot little bill from FedEx. $372. Of that $372, most of that is coming from one particular item. I ordered this cute little sweater vest. See this picture here? Made in China. So my $58 sweater vest went to almost $200 because of this 125% tariff for Chinese goods, because it was not made in America, it was made in China. These tariffs don't affect the companies. They're just going to pass the cost on to us. I took economics in college and it's been a while, but tariffs are bad economic policy, and that's a hill I'll die on. Well, I didn't vote for this. Why do I have to find out? Well, it has officially happened. I have been personally impacted.
So again, Donald Trump, can you be honest with MAGA? That everything they buy now is going to be more expensive. Your gas is not cheaper. He lied to you. And we all know Donald Trump lied to you. I'm going to figure that light out in a moment, but I have so much I want to show y'all. I have not had a chance to figure out what's going on with my light. Why did my light go out? This one is a new one that I bought. But anyway, I'm going to show you the Republican being questioned by Congress, and he can't give you an answer about the tariffs.
These tariffs, Mr. Secretary. No. Answer the questions I asked, please. I only have 5 minutes. Who pays tariffs?
Sorry, well,
who pays tariffs?
Sorry,
Mr. Secretary, please.
Excuse me.
The question is very simply, who pays tariffs, Mr. Chairman? I'd like him to answer that question.
Well,
He wants to answer other questions.
well, Congressman, if
he can't even lie with a straight face.
They dislike tariffs so much, why wouldn't they? If I think what you're trying to get me to say.
Did you remember the question? I'm not sure you did. Who pays tariffs?
It's a very complicated question.
Reclaiming my time. People pay tariffs, right? Reclaiming my time,
Mr.
Secretary. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Reclaiming my time. You clearly aren't going to answer.
Pay attention, MAGA, to your Republican constituents.
Mr. Secretary, reclaiming. Mr. Chairman, I asked reclaiming my time.
Tariffs.
Mr. Chairman, who pays tariffs, Mr. Secretary?
MAGA, who pays tariffs? Tell me, MAGA. Come on, baby. Tell mama who paid, because you ain't getting no milk today. Who pays the tariffs, MAGA? Inquiring minds want to know who paid tariffs. We all know, because Donald Trump is lying in your face daily. He has no problem lying because the con artists, that's all that they do. Oh, boy.
In the Federal Reserve has announced it is keeping interest rates unchanged and issued a warning about stagflation in the U.S. economy. That means slow economic growth, high unemployment, and rising inflation. In fact, the Fed says that the risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation have only risen since their previous announcement as a result of Donald Trump's tariffs. This is likely to infuriate Donald Trump, who has been pressuring Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell to lower rates despite the economic upheaval that he has caused. We're going to continue to follow this story and more, so make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Big news in the Federal Reserve.
Please subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Follow them on Instagram and subscribe to them on YouTube. Midas Touch Network, please. Give them a like, a follow, subscribe, and all. But everything that I'm showing you guys today is fair use, educational purposes, and great for research and good entertainment. But those tariffs affecting rates, interest rates, they're affecting the price of things. When you go in the store, they're affecting your gas. When you go pump your gas and he tell you gas is down, lie your pants on fire, Dunny boy. You lie so much. It's a disgrace. So we're going to hop on over to a little Elon Musk rat a little bit, okay?
Musk is going to burn America to the ground because nobody thought he was funny. Yeah, because nobody laughed.
And because he needed surgeries to look handsome adjacent if you're not wearing your glasses and it's foggy. You know how many surgeries he's had to look like a 5? This guy, he's going to ruin democracy because he was born a 3, and then he put millions of dollars into becoming a 5.
3.
He's a born 3 with dreams and delusions of being an 8. He doesn't. He knows deep down. He knows deep down he's not getting to 10. So we've got a born 3 dreaming of 8, landing at 5. And he's got an army of 2s that we're calling Doge. And now we don't get to have democracy anymore because the right girls didn't want to sleep with him.
Right. Elon Musk is going to burn America.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump has crushed this country. They have destroyed America less than 200 days. So it's 100 and what? We're about 106 days now, if that. In 106 days, Donald Trump and Elon Musk has taken America and destroyed it completely. People are already about to lose their homes, the cost of groceries, their health care, their food stamps, any benefits. They have taken it away. From HBCUs, taking away that. From Harvard, want to take away their funding because his son couldn't get into Harvard. Donald Trump is pissed. PBS, taking away that because he's mad that Sesame Street made fun of him. Donnie, you mad because Sesame Street wore you down? Well, honey, everybody making fun of you right now, Donald Trump. Get over yourself. You've never been attractive. Elon Musk, you've never been attractive. No matter how much money you spend to look like something, you're not attractive. Donnie, that comb over with those tape ends pieces that you put in them little what they call them, toupee pieces that you tape in, you're still not going to be attractive. And you ain't even putting the tape ends in right anymore. You're mad at PBS, Donnie. Are you really upset with PBS right now, Donnie? Let me find that video. Help me, Lord Jesus. Let me find that video. Donald Trump is mad with PBS. Just a moment, y'all. Because I saved it. One of my good Judys in here sent it to me. My moderator sent it to me, Tia. Hold on.
I'm going to show you 2 clips. One is a TikTok from a guy explaining why Donald Trump hates Sesame Street.
PBS.
Because in 1988, they made fun of him on Sesame Street. They had Joe Pesci play Ronald Grump, a real estate developer with funny hair. Yeah. And then after his clip, I'm going to show you that segment from Sesame Street from 1988.
Donald Trump holds grudges.
Yeah. Watch.
He's in his feminine energy, Donald Trump.
Trump and his cronies wanted to get rid of PBS and Sesame Street isn't because they want to get rid of your innocence or your childhood TV shows. It's because Donald Trump had a grudge that he's been holding for over the past 30 years. Because in 1988, they aired an episode of Sesame Street where they talk about a character known as Ronald Grump. And Ronald Grump wanted to develop Grump Towers on top of Oscar the Grouch's trash can. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Mr. Grump, we want to talk to you about your plans for Sesame Street.
My plans? See for yourself.
Fair use, educational purpose, and great for research.
Where's 123 Sesame Street?
I'm glad you asked that. It is now a luxurious boutique called, if you have to ask, you cannot afford it.
Mr. Grump, we don't think you really understand what you're destroying.
No. Mr. Grump, Sesame Street is more valuable than any boutique.
Yeah. Not according to my figures.
Mr. Grump, Elmo knows even a big grump like you will melt into a mushy puddle when Elmo tells you about our little street. And Elmo wants to keep his foot just where it is.
There you go.
On Elmo.
Yeah.
Right next to Whoopi.
Oh, I like that too, Elmo.
Yeah.
I am deeply and profoundly disgusted. There's one thing I despise, it's cheap sentiment. Hugs, kitty television, cute furry animals.
What about cute furry monsters?
Are you people still here?
Get packing! Get packing!
I'm going to show you two clips. One is a TikTok from a guy explaining why Donald Trump.
Donald Trump has a grudge against who? President Joe Biden as well. A grudge against VP Kamala Harris because her IQ is higher than his. A grudge against Jasmine Crockett, who he claims has a low IQ, but her IQ is higher than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a funny little dude. Well, he's not little. He's about 300-something pounds and near 400 pounds. And he's missing hair. And he wears orange makeup daily because he's a clown. You're a mess, Donnie. You're a total train wreck. One moment.
Hearing for years now that China is cheating, that they've rigged the system, broken the rules, stolen their way to prosperity. You'll
That's
hear
what
terms
Donnie Boy
like forced
says.
technology transfers, intellectual property theft, state subsidies, dumping, currency manipulation. And yes, these are serious issues. But if we really want to understand what happened over the last 30 years, why America lost millions of good paying jobs, why our infrastructure is collapsing, why theirs is rising, why China now leads the world in manufacturing EVs and high-speed rail, we need to look past the slogans and ask the uncomfortable question, is China really cheating, or did our own elites simply sell us out? For years, foreign companies wanting to access to the Chinese market had to partner with Chinese firms and share their proprietary technology. That's called a forced technology transfer. Critics say this gave China an unfair advantage, but let's be honest, no one was forced. Western firms wanted a slice of the biggest market on earth. They willingly traded tech for profits. And China said, we'll let you in, but you have to teach us how to build. And we said, yes, over and over and over again, because our CEOs weren't thinking 20 years ahead. They were thinking about their next quarterly earnings call. Yes, there's IP
Greed,
theft, there's
y'all.
hacking,
That's
there's
considered
state
greed.
support, but let's not pretend we're innocent. The U.S. runs its own espionage operations. We've interfered in governments around the world. And when it comes to subsidies, the U.S. subsidizes agriculture, defense, oil and gas, Wall Street bailouts, and now tech firms under the CHIPS Act. We don't admit it. China does it openly because their system, the economy serves the nation. In our system, the economy serves shareholders. Currency manipulation? Well, that was true 20 years ago, but not anymore. China's actually spent the last decade propping up its currency to maintain stability. And non-tariff barriers, yes, China plays protectionist games, but so does everyone else, including us. We ban chip sales, restrict Huawei, embargo countries, and rewrite financial regulations to serve American interests. The reality is this: China didn't steal our prosperity, our own elites gave it away. They pushed for China's entry into the WTO, they offshored factories, dismantled unions, and told American workers to learn to code. The steel towns collapsed, the textile mills vanished, the auto parts industry got hollowed out, but the Dow Jones hit record highs, and that's all that mattered. And what did China do with its surplus? It didn't hand out stock buybacks. It didn't pump the money into speculative finance. It built high-speed rail, smart cities, new energy grids, entire industries from scratch. And what did we do? Well, we built financial bubbles. We gutted public schools. We defunded infrastructure. We gave tax cuts to the ultra wealthy and told everyone else to tighten their belts. And now we think tariffs are going to fix this? Tariffs are like putting duct tape on a collapsing bridge. They raise prices, disrupt supply chains, and they invite retaliation. They don't build new factories. They don't create a workforce. They don't fix our broken system. At best, they're a pause button. But we don't need a pause. We need a reset. The only way forward is to rebuild this country from the ground up. We've been hearing for years now that China is cheating, that they've rigged the system, broken the...
You can't rebuild America with a narc as the man in the Oval Office. It's impossible because he's not looking to make America better. He's looking to make a profit off of America. And because he has been making a profit off of America, the citizens are suffering. It hasn't gotten better. Every day it's getting worse here in our country. And Donald Trump and his billionaire buddies are living a good life while we, the American people, are struggling. Budgeting out how to pay for food, budgeting out how to pay your electrical bill. Because in red states, the electrical bill has gone up. America, we in trouble. And right now, they're in the Republican Party, they're losing their party. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
Just then, a Florida politician just announced that he is switching parties from Republican to Democrat. Orlando City Commissioner Tony Ortiz says that he does not recognize today's GOP. In an op-ed in the Orlando Sentinel, Ortiz wrote, quote, "Though my current role is nonpartisan, I've long been affiliated with the Republican Party. I once believed it stood for duty, accountability, individual freedom, and family values. But over time, that party has changed. And I can no longer stand by in silence as it turns its back on the very people I've sworn to protect." He added, "And let me say this clearly, the marginalization of Latinos and immigrants, many of whom have helped to build this country and proudly served in its defense, is not leadership. It is fear-based politics." Ortiz then explained why he was joining the Democratic Party. Quote, "That's why I'm choosing to stand with a party that better reflects the values I have always lived by, the Democratic Party, a party that believes in protecting the vulnerable, expanding access to health care, defending voting rights, and confronting the climate crisis, a party that sees diversity not as a threat, but as a strength." We're going to continue to follow this story and more. Make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast right now on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So this just in.
We will continue to follow this story as well, because I can see more Republicans leaving this party. Like I showed y'all the video last week that her name was Mary. I can't remember what state she was from. She was a senator. And she said she was afraid, but she's going to fight back. And I really believed her. But then when they had a bill that passed and all the Republicans were for that bill, I don't trust her. And I hope that this particular Republican that is now Democrat really stick to his guns and keep his word with the American people, because your word is bond. And if you go against your word hurts the American people, because we want to believe in you. When we go to the voter machine, we are believing in you and we believe in your word. So you got to keep your word, please.
You guys to understand that even if this guy does his deal-making thing, the disruptions are already locked in. This is the trucking volume coming out of Los Angeles. Here's the annual graph, and this is this year so far. Notice how right now the volume is about similar to Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, when most truckers aren't even driving. That's colossal. That is a 2020 style supply chain disruption. Does not matter if the tariffs stop tomorrow. The goods are already on their way. It takes 5 to 7 weeks for stuff to start showing up here and properly be tariffed, and then the price increases come shortly after. Those things are already locked in. You're going to see companies revising their earnings forecasts down. PepsiCo is one of the largest drink and food conglomerates in the U.S. They control basically half the snack foods you can think about right now, and they are revising their forecasts down due to tariff. If Americans aren't buying sody pop, shit is going down, my guy. And this is completely ignoring the supply chain disruptions to the auto industry or the tech industry. These things are such complex products that require so many parts from different parts of the world. The disruption is locked in, and the price increases are going to be things we haven't seen in a very long time. Now, for yours truly's take, I am not an expert, but the overwhelming majority of tariffed goods will be here within 4 weeks. The prices of a lot of goods will start ticking up a little bit. By the end of this quarter, you will start to see company after company revising their earnings forecasts down, citing the exact same things as other mega corporations like Pepsi. I think once Q3 rolls around, your average person is really going to understand the disruption part. It's going to feel like 2020 again. And I think at that back to school season is where I'm thinking most people will go, oh, it really is that bad. And at that point, most people will actually admit we're in a recession. Whereas right now, it's kind of only showing up in the stock market. The stock market declines in the way it has. It's down 15, 20% from all-time highs right now. You start to have people asking if this is going to cascade into other parts of the economy. And with something as self-defeating as tariffs, it's like a self-destruct button. It is very clear that this is going to cascade into other things. The price increases are going to hurt every last person, who isn't sitting on a treasure trove of $50 million, which is 99% of people. And yet there's a solid 10 to 15% of the population that is actively cheering for their own self-destruction. And that is just mental to me. I don't know how else to describe it. We're getting up to 2.5 minutes here, but my point is that this disruption is coming for you.
Hey, Queen Lady Monet.
Be ready for it now, especially if you need complex things like tech, like cars. Those purchases should be out the door, and you shouldn't be thinking about them. Because, again, To wrap up, even if the tariffs are completely lifted tomorrow, all the trade deals are done, everything goes back to zero, everything goes back to pre-Donald Trump part 2, the tariffed goods are still going to be here in a couple of weeks. I need you guys to understand that even if this guy does his deal,
Trump hasn't closed not one deal. He said he has 200 deals. That's a lie. It's only 195 countries. So he's lying. He's a compulsive liar. He doesn't mind looking MAGA in their faces, because when he's looking at us, we're not paying him no mind. I'm not trying to have witchcraft put on me from Donald Trump through a screen, you know. So I don't pay Donnie any mind. I can't even stand to hear his voice. One moment.
Gentleman, he said, I remember you in Waco, Texas, because we had a farm bill listening session in Waco. So I was like, well, that's right down the street. I'm going. And everybody was like, and that's not your district. It ain't. Yeah. I was like the only Black woman in the rooms. Being there, my presence and them hearing my understanding and my compassion, it made people be like, no, she's, and so literally, like, when the Texas Farm Bureau brings their lobby groups through, they always make sure they stop through to talk to me, of all people, because I'm gonna just be a straight shooter. Yeah. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. And they'll say things like, we don't necessarily agree on all the policy, but like, we appreciate you because we know that you are fighting for America. We know that you really believe what you're doing, and people can respect that even if they disagree with you. And so I think that's why Trump and MAGA is so threatened by me, because my communication, it doesn't just get through to those on our side. It gets through to independents. It gets through to Republicans. Yeah. That is what makes them make up lies about me and come up with all these bootleg AI websites and videos and talking about the husband I ain't never had, but she went to private school. I'm like, okay. And so they're like, she's an elitist.
Aren't they into private schools? I thought they loved private schools. They hate public
school
schools.
vouchers.
That's where the vouchers going.
There was a gentleman, he said,
taken
I
from
remember
public
you in
school.
Waco, Texas, because we had a farm bill listening session in Waco.
I love Jasmine Crockett, and others respect her even from the Republican Party, but very few. Very few. They are threatened by her intellect. They want to say, as Donald Trump says, that Jasmine Crockett is low IQ. No, Donnie. No, you are low IQ. Let me find his grades right quick. Hold on, y'all. I pray to God I have not deleted Donald Trump's grades. Hold on, bear with me, okay? We're going to be getting up out of here soon. I pray to my Lord and Savior, I did not delete Donald Trump's grades. I'm praying I didn't delete his grades. Hold on, let me find it. Just a moment. Hang in there with me. I'm going to show you Donald Trump's grades. Please, God, I pray I didn't delete his grades. Just a moment, y'all. How y'all doing in my chat? Y'all doing okay? How are all of my beautiful kings and queens doing? Where is that? Bear with me, y'all. I saw it the other day, but I have so much saved. Sometimes you can overlook things. Hold on, beautiful people. Give me a moment. Just a moment. Hold on just a little while longer. Y'all know that gospel song? We're going to be really singing that soon, y'all, here in America. We're going to be praising the Lord for sure, because it's about to go down. It's going to get rougher than it ever has been. God, hold on just a little while longer. Keep us, God. Hold on, y'all. Help me find it, God. Please, I pray I didn't delete it, y'all. Hold on. I may be coming up to it. But he has no place to say that our queen, Jasmine Crockett, is low IQ. Why would you try me? Why would you try Jasmine Crockett, Donnie? Because as I told y'all, I'm not rich, nowhere near, but my IQ is higher than Donald Trump's. I would love to go up against him. I would shame him in front of his constituents and the people that is in his cabinet. I wouldn't mind breaking him down to his pissy depends. I will love it. Y'all, I can't find it. Bear with me. Let me see. I'm still looking. Here it is. Thank you, Jesus. Donald Trump GPA is 1.28. Look, MAGA. so you can learn who you're really falling behind. You falling behind a man that has a low IQ. And what did he call Queen Jasmine Crockett? Low IQ. When she is an attorney, nothing was given to her. She made those grades. Donnie. And as your niece or sister, whatever she is, Mary, your niece, she said used to pay others to do your homework. But even though you pay others to do your homework, your grades were terrible. This is Donald Trump's grades. This is Donald Trump's grades. This is Donald Trump GPA. Look, this is who MAGA is serving as their savior. MAGA made a man that has a GPA of 1.28 as their savior. Why would you follow behind somebody that's dumb? He is a con man that has 34 felonies. And I have 34 likes. Donald Trump has 34 felonies and I have 34 likes. Hit that like button, everybody. Show me some love. I love you. You can screenshot this if you want to. Look carefully because it may look on the opposite side when you're looking at it from the screen. So screenshot it and go back and look at it. This is Donald Trump's grades. When Donald Trump attended Fordham University, those are his grades. But he wants to say Jasmine Crockett is low IQ. I beg to differ, Donnie. A GPA of 1.28 is so low. How in the HELL you became the man in the Oval Office? This can't be possible. Somebody with a GPA of 1.28 is sitting in the Oval Office that wears a pissy pens. He can't even read from what his other constituents said. And every time we see him in the Oval Office and he's asked to read something, he passes it over to somebody else to read it because Donald Trump cannot read, in my opinion. I'm going to show you his grades again. This is who you voted for. MAGA, you probably got a higher IQ than Donald Trump. Hold on. This is Donnie's grades when he attended Fordham University. His GPA is 1.28. Let me know, MAGA. Is this a high IQ? He said he has a high IQ and he only like high IQ people. But that's not what he has in his cabinet. That is not what he has in his cabinet. The people Donald Trump picked to be in his cabinet has a low IQ like him. Even the billionaires, like the lady he put over the Department of Education, she sent letters to bully Harvard University and she misspelled so many things. Poor grammar and all. I should have saved it. I didn't say it. I will show y'all tomorrow. She misspelled so many things. Poor grammar and all. And she's a billionaire. Well, I said yesterday, just because someone has money does not mean they are intelligent. Because Donald Trump's father left him millions of dollars and he swindled it all away. It got so bad that he had to go over to Russia and make bad deals with Russia. And he owed Russia for the rest of his life. That's why Putin got him by what? By the balls. Yes, by the balls. Don't y'all ever come for me when y'all got a man that's got a GPA of 1.28, low IQ. Donald Trump has a low IQ. Yes, he does. Oh, yes, he does, Lord Jesus. Poor Donnie. He's the dumbest one in the Oval Office, the dumbest one in the White House. And y'all look up to that, MAGA? Why would you try me? No, never try me. Never try the queen. You come in my chat and you talk your smack every day when you worship a man that has to sit on something when he does interviews because he poops on himself and urinates on himself. Look at him. They have to put a pad under Donnie everywhere he goes because he poops on himself and urinates on himself. He would have ruined that sofa. If you want to look up to somebody, Lindsey Graham has a high IQ. Look up to Lindsey Graham, although he's a compulsive liar and he lies all the time for Donald Trump. Lindsey Graham, the one that said Donald Trump should be the next pope, which is ludicrous, but he does have a high IQ. He is in South Carolina. I'm telling y'all, Lindsey Graham IQ is higher than Donald Trump. So look up to him, but y'all don't want to look up to him because y'all think he's a fairy. It's okay if he's a fairy. I just wish he comes out the closet. I wish Donald Trump come out the closet. Like R. Kelly said, you in the closet, you in the closet. The Republican Party is in the closet, y'all. Grindr. Do y'all know about the Grindr app? The Republican Party is in the closet. Putin is running the show in America. You want to know who's running America? This guy. This guy. America is in trouble. Wake up, MAGA. One moment. And this is for my people. Since blacks are not getting out marching, protesting, Donnie is mad. He's trying to figure out a way to trigger black people, but we will not get out there and march. So Donald Trump has figured out a way to try to get us. But I want y'all to be careful because I showed y'all a video yesterday of a white police putting DRUGS in a black guy's vehicle to set him up. So Donald Trump is now going to be sending police into the black neighborhoods. He lied and said that they asked for the black people asked for that because we know the police are not for us. Especially, I would say a good 80% of the Caucasians policemen are not for black people. Hold on. Hold on.
Defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need, look, the crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities, and more people.
He's such a liar.
We want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed because we want to walk across the street to buy a loaf of
There's
bread.
more white crime than black crime.
The fake news doesn't talk about it, but the black population wants law enforcement more
He's
than any
lying.
So,
hey, motherfuckers. Yeah, you heard it for yourselves. This White House has decided that he's going to sic the police on black communities, claiming it's under the guise of protecting us. From who?
We need protection from Donald Trump. We need protection from Donald Trump.
Immunity through an executive order that they can shoot to kill. And any attorney that files a lawsuit against them can be prosecuted.
Pay attention, black people.
About racism no longer fucking existing. What I'm going to tell you is this, and I'm going to remind you, we are not our motherfucking ancestors, baby. We respect them, we appreciate them for their sacrifice, but we ain't going through the fuck shit that they tolerated. You want it? Bring it, bitch.
Will somebody buy Donald Trump a new wig? Because apparently that toupee is tight on his brain and is making him crazier every day. The man is getting crazier every day. He mad because black people will not get out there and protest because we know what you're going to do. And the handful of black people that I showed y'all got out there and protest, they were arrested. And Donnie is mad, but he can't get to us black people. So he's going to sic the police on black people. He's doing it. Black people, pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. Follow the rules of driving. Film whatever happens around you. Put it on social media. I don't care if they get mad. You must protect yourself. Brown people, protect yourself against these. The enemy is in the White House. The enemy within is in that White House. White people, don't sit and smile. MAGA, don't get rejoiced in my comments because you're next. He don't like poor people. He considers us poor and unworthy of anything. Pay attention.
President Trump say he doesn't really know what the Constitution says. He's the president of the United States.
Right.
He doesn't really know what the Constitution says. He's not sure what the Supreme Court means. It's unclear which parts of the economy are Joe Biden's fault and are his fault, even though he's the president. I watch him weave his way through this murky lake of bullshit that allows him to take credit for anything that's perceived as a positive and avoid blame for anything that's obviously a negative. And at the same time, I watch the notion come out of his administration that whenever a black person or a woman, or God forbid a black woman, is in a position of power, that they are incompetent and in that position of power because of cultural charity. So I watch the intellect and the expertise of people that are non-white men get shredded, whether or not they are educated, whether or not they are duly elected, whether or not they are fairly promoted. I watch that just get destroyed by an entire group of people that want to believe that the only way to get something done right is if a white man does it. And then I watch their example sit down and say, I don't know, I'm not sure, you'd have to ask somebody else. Completely pass the buck on any responsibility for his own agenda. And then I'll watch people go, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. God doesn't know. Defend it. So I listen to Trump say he doesn't really know what the Constitution says. He's the president of the United States.
Donald Trump doesn't even know what the Declaration of Independence is for. I've been telling y'all, America, we're in danger. Y'all have somebody in the Oval Office that doesn't know anything. All he knows is he wants to take and take and take from the American people and look out for those billionaires. And while we are in the jungle struggling, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about black people. He doesn't care about brown people. He doesn't care about the MAGAs. He doesn't care about you, white people. You're not rich. He don't care about you. The sooner we get him out of there, the safer the American people will be. The longer Donald Trump is in that Oval Office, he is going to destroy things more. And he doesn't care who he hurts as long as his pockets are fatter. He is a man that is suffering from his own demise within because he doesn't have a loving wife. He doesn't have the intelligence that he thinks he should have. He is low IQ. Anybody with a GPA 1.28 is not intelligent. He doesn't have a high IQ. He pretends with MAGA. He cosplays being the president. We would have had a real president in VP Kamala Harris, Queen Kamala Harris, President Kamala Harris. We would have had a real president. She wouldn't have been cosplaying. She would have been fighting for the American people. But MAGA, the racist ones, wanted to keep their whiteness. They didn't care if anybody else suffered. What I want y'all to do when y'all get off this live, do your own research. If you don't believe anything that I'm telling you, please do your own research. Fight for this country. Don't just listen to what others say. Do your own research. I want y'all to really think about what is happening today and who's telling you the truth. Because when Jasmine Crockett speaks, she's telling you the truth. Although a lot of Republicans may not agree with her, they listen to her. Why can't the Republican Party be honest with you about the tariffs? They're not honest with you about the tariffs because they are compulsive liars. Donald Trump is a compulsive liar. He will never tell you the truth. He's going to stick to that lie and hammer it in your brains, the ones that's in his MAGA cult. He's going to continue to hammer it in your brains because he said he loves the uneducated because it makes him feel intelligent with his low IQ. I love y'all. Please do your research. Don't put out the flame of fighting back. Fight back. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much, OTK. Thank you. I want y'all to fight back because we got to come together. If we don't come together, we are in the biggest trouble ever because he's planning to sick the army on the American people. But I hope the army remember their first dedication is to the American people, then the president. because they all work for the American people. Donald Trump works for the American people. Our military works for the American people. Even ICE work for the American people. But ICE have gotten where they are the people we can't trust because they went into American citizens' home, took this lady and her children out into the rain with just their underwear, and they tore their home apart, took their money, their debit card, credit cards, and they left with nothing. We can't trust a vast majority of the popo. We can't trust the Ice baby. We can't trust Donald J. Trump. We can't trust Elon Musk rat. We cannot trust JD Fancy Pants. We cannot trust the MAGA Republican Party. As you have seen in the video I showed you. Do I need to show you again? That man from the Republican Party in Congress will not answer the question. Who pays the tariffs? We, the consumer, the American people, pays the tariffs. Donald Trump stood in your face in his rallies and he continued to tell his MAGA Republican people that the Republican Party, the people, the citizens do not pay tariffs. That is the biggest lie being told from his vomiting thin paper thin lips to this day. Tariffs are hurting the American people. It is not in your good. It is not in the benefit of the American people to have those tariffs. I love y'all. Do your research. Y'all have an amazing day. God bless you. I want to thank my moderators. I love all of y'all. My moderators, I would not be able to do this without you. I love you so much. I love you so much that I even read some of these comments and they hurt. But I love you so much that I don't even respond to them too much. Because I want you to grasp what I'm saying and understand that the American citizens, we are in danger. We are in big danger because Donald Trump doesn't care anything about us. He is hurting the American people. Wake up. I love y'all. Goodbye.